brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these heathens and demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys for the brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these heathens and demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys to the keys to the.
Christ was real, what he looked like, and things of that nature, right? Okay, give me Revelation 1:1.
Revelation 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So God in the last days, God had to leave a description of Christ in the last days because he knew his real image was going to be perverted in the last days. Nowadays, we see this white image right here. They say that's Jesus Christ. You go into any church, you type in Jesus Christ on Google, that's what's going to pop up. But with the Bible in the last book of the New Testament is actually going to show us what Christ actually looked like according to the Bible.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Things which must surely come to pass. So in these last days, that's what the Most High is showing us. Jump to verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it says he's looking at Christ. He said his head and his hairs were white like wool. Take your hat off. That's white woolly hair right there. That's right. So you would be looking like Christ right now. But let's keep reading.
As white as snow.
It was fully white, meaning what? It had gray in it and it had black in it. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at it now, it looks white. You see what I'm saying? Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were as a flame of fire. What do you think that means? Something else, something else, something else. He is coming back pissed off. Because all this you see out here, people celebrating Mother's Day and stuff like that, he's coming back pissed off. And if they don't repent, everybody out here celebrating Mother's Day is going to get put to death. That's just what it is. That's in the Bible. So like you said, he's coming back pissed off. But when it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, what was Christ's first miracle? Okay, you remember when he turned water to wine? What happens when the whites of our eyes, what happens to the whites of our eyes when we drink wine or alcohol? They turn red, right? We're not drunk, but the whites of our eyes turn red. So that's what it means. Give me Genesis 49:12 right quick.
Genesis 49, verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
This is a prophecy of Christ in the last days. It says his eyes shall be red with wine. That's what it means when it says his eyes were as a flame of fire. Jump that to Revelation 1.
Revelation 1, verse 15. And his feet.
It says now his feet. Back then they wore sandals, right? So John is looking at his feet. Are your feet the same color as your body? If you have brown skin, are your feet going to be brown? Okay, let's read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now what color is brass? Brass. B-R-A-S-S. Goldish brown is more so on a derivative of brown, right? A penny. You seen a penny? A penny would more so be a brass color. So that's the color it looks like, right?
As if they burned in a furnace.
Now you take that brass penny and you burn that brass penny in the oven. What color is it going to turn? It's going to turn black. So Jesus Christ was a black man according to the Bible.
That's right.
Don't let the Christian church lie to you and say that Christ was a white man. Because you see this out here? People celebrate Mother's Day and stuff like that. That's because they got the white image of Jesus in their mind. Now, it's so important for us to know that Jesus Christ was a black man because if we understood that, we wouldn't kill each other. We wouldn't sell drugs to each other. We wouldn't whore our sisters out. Brothers wouldn't have animosity when walking by the street toward each other. It wouldn't be brothers sitting on the corner. You can't even look a brother in the eye without it being some sort of hatred. That's how important the image of Christ is. Now, let me ask you a question. What would your nationality be? Isaiah 1:3. Isaiah 1:3. Because a lot, we say that, but there's 50-something countries in Africa. Which one do we come from? Black people in America. None of us know. None of us can answer that question. We put black African American because on a job application because that's the only option available to us. We don't understand where our history is pre-1619. Get that.
Isaiah 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
So God says that an ox is a dumb animal. An ox knows where it comes from.
and the ass his master's crib.
Even a donkey know where it comes from. And these are two low intellectual animals.
But Israel doth not know.
But who?
But Israel doth not know.
So God is saying that the Israelites, the real Jews according to the Bible, would not know who they are in the last days. We're living prophecy right now because none of us know where we come from. We all say we come from Africa. Africa was named after a white man, Leo Scipius Africanus. America was named after a white man, Amerigo Vespucci. So how the hell do we come from two different white men and we're brown skinned?
Bring it out.
What sense does that make? It makes no sense at all. They did us a disservice in the educational system. They're damn sure not going to teach us the real truth. From there, give me Deuteronomy 28. Matter of fact, no, Genesis 49. Genesis 49, we're going to go over Judah. Because look at this sign right here. You said you were American black. According to God, you're from the tribe of Judah. You understand that? Judah is a powerful tribe. It's the head tribe of the nation of Israel. Christ comes from the tribe of Judah. We're going to get that as well.
Genesis 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
It says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise, because Christ comes from the tribe of Judah. Get that in Hebrews 7 and 14 right quick. Christ was the greatest man to walk this earth. Nowadays, if he was walking the earth, we read in Revelation 1, he'd be a black man. They'd be calling Christ a nigger today, just like they do with us. Because Christ came from the same, you come from the same tribe that Christ comes from. Read that.
Hebrews 7, verse 14. For it is evident,
It's obvious.
that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
It's obvious that Christ came from the tribe of Judah. Now get Jeremiah 14:2 right quick. Let's see what the tribe of Judah looks like. Because this is what they're not teaching us in the church. This is what they're not teaching us on Mother's Day in the Christian church. They're too busy worshiping pagan gods, too busy worshiping false idols to actually go in the Bible and show our people the truth. Read.
Jeremiah 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
It says Judah mourneth. The tribe of Judah is in a state of mourning. Look at black people today. Look at our communities. Are we living lavish or are we mourning? We're in a state of mourning. We're the last hired, first fired. 90-something% of all black businesses closed within the first 5 years. We're in a state of mourning. We kill each other. We sell drugs to each other. Highest rated single-parent households. Aborting thousands of babies per day. We're in a state of mourning.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Our leadership languishes. We have no real leadership in the black community. And when we do have productive leadership that does something, what do they do to them? They kill them. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, even though they didn't understand the truth of the Bible, they were very, very productive leaders for our people. And they killed them all. Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton.
They are black.
They are what?
They are black unto the ground.
The scripture just said they are black. The tribe of Judah is black unto the ground. You see that mulch right there? That's what color the tribe of Judah is. Brown. So why the hell are we looking at this in the church? That's good, but the majority of our people are. That's what we're trying to get our people to see. We don't understand where we come. Hey, sis, let me ask you a question right quick. What color is Jesus Christ? He's black. Can you prove that in the Bible? Okay. But understand this. Most of our people don't understand that. Most of our people, we have children come up constantly. We say, hey, point to Jesus. Guess which one they point to? The white image. You say what? Okay. What country? Okay. Yeah. Okay. You said what? Okay, stay. 2 more minutes. Let's keep showing you something. Go back to Genesis 49. Because you got to understand, before you leave, I want you to at least understand you from the tribe of Judah and what you have to do moving forward now that you know. You understand? Read.
Genesis 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
It says thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Have your hand on your enemy's neck means you have to be close to him. So the tribe of Judah in the last days is going to be close to the enemy. Who's our enemy? Who did that to us? The white man is our enemy. Keep reading.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Because Christ comes from the tribe of Judah. It's a prophecy of Christ. Again, keep reading.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
Judah is a lion's whelp. A lion's whelp is a young lion that's always on the hunt, always on the attack. Read.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion.
So he stooped down, he couched as a lion, ready to hunt the prey. That's back in the 70s and 60s during the civil rights movement, the times of Malcolm X, the times of Fred Hampton. We would actually rise up against oppression. We understood that our state in America was not pleasant. We weren't going for the BS. But something happened. Keep reading.
And as an old lion,
Now it says, and as an old lion. Now what are the attributes of an old lion? He's getting old. He's not moving as fast. He's not moving with enough energy. You know what I'm saying? He can't catch the prey no more. Something happened. What is that as an old lion? Feminism in the community. WIC, welfare. They start taking the black man out the household. They start pushing drugs into the community. They start portraying negative images of our people in the media. They started flooding our communities with all that type of stuff. And now we don't even understand that we're in oppression anymore. We accept the oppression. We don't try to rise up anymore. That's what it means when it says we're an old lion now. Keep reading.
and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Only one that can rouse us up is the Most High. And that's what he's going to do in these last days. Now, let me get Deuteronomy 10 and 12 right quick. Because now you know you're from the tribe of Judah. So there's something that God requires of the tribe of Judah.
Deuteronomy 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So you come from the tribe of Israel, from the tribe of Judah.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
This is how we do all those things. Read verse 13.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So we have to keep the commandments of God. That's how we come back to this state that we've been put in. Come back out of the state that we've been put in, rather. We got put into slavery for breaking the commandments of God. You see all this? Everybody selling stuff on Mother's Day? This is a curse because we don't know who we are. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. It's a curse. They really think that they're serving God right now. They really think they're doing the right thing right now, but they're deceived. That's the problem. Everybody around here celebrating Mother's Day. We just came back from some other stuff earlier. People are really convinced in their mind they're doing the right thing, not even knowing the history that it comes from. Keep reading.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Moses is saying it shall come to pass in future prophecy. Remember, this was written thousands of years ago. He's talking to the Israelites.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you don't listen to do the commandments like we just read,
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
then what's going to happen?
that all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, is the black community a blessed community right now, or is it cursed? When you look at the whole scope of events, it's cursed right now. It's cursed. Let's get some of these curses. Verse 16.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
The first thing God says is, cursed shalt thou be in the city. This is how you identify the Israelites according to the Bible. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Go to D.C., go to Baltimore, go to L.A., Miami, wherever, you're going to find us in the lowest position. Always in the projects. Always in the ghetto.
That's right.
Why don't the white areas of D.C. look like our communities look? Trash everywhere. People on the corner smoking. Sisters dressed out of order, pushing strollers with no man in the picture. Why don't white communities look like that?
Bring it out.
But we do. And we're supposed to be, we're the chosen people of God. Why do we look like that and they don't? Because we're cursed.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
What do you think that means right there? Cursed shalt thou be in the field. In the field. What were we doing right here? Right here in the cotton fields. That's what it means right there. Cursed in the field. This was written thousands of years ago.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
I made a statement earlier saying 90-something% of black businesses fail within the first 5 years. That's a fact. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, meaning our finances will be cursed. It's hard for brothers to keep $1,000 in their bank account. It's really, and then you look into other nations, the Chinese man, the white man, they can do that stuff, it's regular to them. It's normal to have that type of money to them. For us, it's so hard to maintain our finances and stuff like that. We're cursed because we broke God's commandments. Keep reading.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Hey, sis, let me ask, what's your name right quick? Oh, she don't want to hear it. Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Our sons and daughters were given to another people because our people don't want to listen to God, just like you saw. In slavery, our people were taken away. You had You came to the auction block, right? They took your son. They sold him down in Louisiana. They took your daughter, sold her down in Virginia. They took your wife and sold her to North Carolina. We got scattered. That's what it's talking about right there, the splitting up of our families. Once you break the family unit, you destroy the nation. That's how they did us. That's why we walking around here crazy, thinking Mother's Day is what we supposed to be celebrating. Thinking we supposed to be going to church on Sundays when God says the Sabbath day is Saturday. You got flowers in your hand, though, brother. Understand this. Don't trim your ways to seek love. Hey, come here, come here. Let's Jeremiah 2:33. Jeremiah 2:33 right quick. Jeremiah 2:33. We can't trim our ways to seek love.
Jeremiah 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Why are you going to put your soul salvation at risk just to please your mother? Give me Matthew 10. He that loveth father or mother more is not worthy of me. Because he said, I'm going to do it for my mother. Well, okay, if your mom is wicked according to God, why care about what she says? My father kicked me out because of this truth. It is. What's your name? What's your name? Okay, Wayne.
But God don't judge nobody, do.
John 7:24. Let's see what Christ said. There's going to be a judgment day, right?
God don't judge nobody.
There's going to be a judgment day, right?
But he don't judge nobody.
That doesn't make sense. If there's a judgment day, by default, he's going to be judging.
I'm asking you, do God judge?
Okay, let's read it out the Bible.
Bring it out.
John 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance,
Don't judge according to the appearance, but what?
but judge righteous judgment.
Christ said judge righteous judgment. So yes, God does judge. Now back to you, Deuteronomy 28:32. Because we got to really get it into our people's mind why we in the bottom of state like this.
Y'all don't read about it.
We got to get it into our people's mind why we're in this estate. Verse 28.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 32.
Bring it out.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
Our people are crazy now. Our people are crazy.
John 3:16.
Our people are crazy right now. He just said we don't read the Bible, but this is why you just can't entertain foolishness. The Lord said he will smite our people with madness. That's one of the curses in the scriptures. We're crazy. We don't know what we're talking about. We out of our minds. Keep reading.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
It says we're astonished in heart. We're blind. We don't have any vision in our communities. Men like that are supposed to be guiding men like me to do better. They're supposed to be doing what we're doing right now. I'm supposed to be on the other sides of the sign learning from them.
That's right.
But now the young men have to come in because our communities have been destroyed. Remember, we became that old lion.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.